Hello everyone, welcome to the third video. In this series, I am teaching you how to work with 3D Slicer and how to create 3D models out of your medical imaging data. Before we start working in 3D Slicer, we need some imaging data. And let me quickly show you some free resources where you can download medical images, especially brain MRIs. The easiest way is right inside 3D Slicer. If you click on download sample data, you can see there are examples of datasets. You can use them for learning the basics, but they are quite limited. For example, this is the MRI of the brain, and it is very good for practicing and learning the tools and details of the software. Next, there is DICOM Library. This website gives anonymized DICOM samples, as you can see on the here. There are some samples of DICOM files, including MRI or CT scans. The files are usually small, around 20 to 50 megabytes, so they load quickly, and that's perfect for practice. But the downside is that sometimes the scans are dropped or low quality, so you won't always get a perfect 3D view. And for professional research level, the Cancer Imaging Archive, or the TCIA, is perfect. You can find complete DICOM datasets, for example, brain tumor or stroke cases. These look amazing in 3D Slicer, and you get all three views, sagittal, coronal, and axial. The only downside is that the files are much larger and usually hundreds of megabytes. And if you need a healthy brain MRIs instead of patient data, the IXI dataset is perfect. It's widely used in neuroscience research. These files are often in NIFTI format, which 3D Slicer can also read. The advantage is that the brains are clear and normal, but the downside is that the downloads are bigger and may need extra steps to load. So to summarize, I recommend the sample data from a 3D Slicer or the DICOM library for starting, practicing, and learning how to work with the software. If you want research quality patient scans, go to TCIA, and for healthy brain anatomy, check for IXI dataset. Okay. Now, as you can see, I showed you how to use the sample data set in the software, which is here in the first or home screen of the software. You choose the download sample data, and you can use one of these sample datas and try to practice on it. Here is a normal MRI, brain MRI, and here is a MRI scan of a patient with tumor, brain tumor. When you load the data, it will show you the 3 dimensions: axial, coronal, and sagittal. You can scroll in each of them and see the structures. As you can see in this screen, we don't have any 3D view yet because we haven't created any. Okay. If you had downloaded any data from another website, or you have your own data from a patient that you have visited, you can load it on your software. For doing that, you should go back to the home screen of the 3D Slicer and click on Add Data. In this screen, you can drag and drop your data to the software and simply load it on your screen. For example, I have downloaded a data before, which I want to load it on 3D Slicer. Simply drag and drop the data. Click OK. It may take some seconds and it will load the case. In this case, you can again scroll in every dimension. And this is a brain tumor dataset. Okay, when you load your data and you want to know what have you loaded on the software, and you want to know what do you have in your software, the list of data sets, you will choose the data option here. And in this list, you can see what data have been loaded on your screen and on your software, and you can choose whichever to be visualized. For example, the first one is the sample data from the 3D slicer itself. The second one also is the brain tumor data from the 3D data set. And these three are the data sets that I have loaded from my computer. As you can see, these are the same case, a brain MRI of one case with different MRI modalities. This is T1, this one is FLAIR, and this one is T1C. In my experience, the best modality to work on in 3D Slicer is FLAIR, because the structures are very clear and are often more easy to work on, but it isn't general. Sometimes for some structures you need to use the T1 structure. And for switching between these modalities, you can use the data part here. Okay, in the next episode, we will start creating the 3D models and segment each part of our brain MRI. As I mentioned in the previous video, most of our work will be done on this part, segment editor, and that you can see there is no segmentation here, and these tools are off. When you start working on them and create a segmentation for every part, the 3D model will be shown up here, and at the end you can visualize your data in 3D view. Thank you for watching this video. I will write down some good free resources for datasets in the caption. Feel free to ask me questions or any comments that you have. See you soon on the next video.